Hi, welcome to this tutorial. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video and share it with your friends. In this video, we are going to solve IGCSE Mathematics paper for extended variant 4.1 May-June 2019 from question number 7 onwards. Let's start. In this question, we have been given a formula and we have to find S when T, U and A is given. It's a very easy 4-mark question. You just have to first substitute everything that we have. So S is equal to 104.3 multiplied by 26.5 plus half multiplied by negative 2.2 plus 26.5 square, and this will give us 1991.475. But they asked us to find the answer in standard form and correct to 4 significant figures. So 4 significant figures is going to be till here 1.991 times 10 to the power of, we move the decimal 3 places, so 10 to the power of 3. The next one, rearrange the formula to write A in terms of UT and S. So we need to make A the subject. When you're arranging, first move the minus or plus to the other side. So this is the first thing we will move. S minus UT is equal to half AT square. Then the multiply or the divide. One way to remember is that whatever is in the denominator, you will bring it up. Whatever is in the numerator will become your denominator, it will go down. So it will be 2 times S minus UT is equal to AT square. We don't want the T also, so that will also go to another side. S minus UT divided by T square is your A. So we got our A, we made that the subject. Part B, we have been given 2 rectangles, and also the information is given that the difference between areas of the 2 rectangles is 62 square centimeter. To find the area of the rectangle, we do length times width. So it will be 2x plus 3 times x minus 1. This is the area of the big rectangle. Subtract the small one, which will be x plus 1 times x minus 2. And this difference is equal to 62. When you want to expand the bracket, you have to do the first number term here, multiply by the first term here, then the first term multiplied by the second term. The same you will do with the second term multiplied by the first term, and the second term multiplied by the second term. So 2x multiplied by x will become 2x square. 2x multiplied by negative 1, negative 2x. 3 multiplied by x is 3x. And 3 multiplied by negative 1 is negative 3. When you have a negative here, it's better to put a bracket and then you expand the other brackets. So x times x is x square, negative 2x plus x minus 2, and the negative 62 I'll bring this side. Let's simplify it. Plus x minus 3 minus x square. If I simplify it, I'll get negative x minus 2 minus 62 is equal to 0. Now we'll open the bracket up, and remember, because there's a negative, all your inside signs, they will change. So it will become negative x square plus x plus 2 minus 62 is equal to 0. Now we join the like terms together. 2x square minus x square will be x square, and x plus x will give us 2x. Negative 3 plus 2 minus 62 will give us negative 63 is equal to 0. So we have showed that the difference between the two areas is equal to this equation they have given us here. Part 2, we have to factorize this equation. When you are factorizing, you can use your calculator. It depends, different calculators have different modes to solve this quadratic equation, and you will get in the calculator x is equal to 7 and x is equal to -9. So we can write this as a factor x plus 9 and x minus 7. We always change the sign. If in your calculator you get +7, you're going to make negative. If it's negative, you will make positive. Now suppose we were doing it the long way. This is your a, the coefficient of x square. The coefficient of x is b, and your number is your c. So we multiply a by c, and when we add the factors of a by c, we should get b. So 1 multiplied by -63 is -63, and your b is 2. We have 1 multiplied by 63, 2 will not go. 3 multiplied by 21, 4 will not go, 5 will not go, 6, 7 will go, 7 times 9. So these are our numbers. -7 plus 9 will give you 2. That's what we have written as factors here. We have to solve the equation, make it equal to 0 to find the difference between the perimeters of the two rectangles. So we have already factorized it. We just have to make it equal to 0. Therefore, x plus 9 is equal to 0, or x minus 7 is equal to 0. X is equal to -9, x is equal to 7. Lengths cannot be negative, so that is cancelled. And we have got 7x is equal to 7. This is what we will substitute in place of x. Let us find the length and the width of the big triangle. So this is the big one, and we have x minus 1. So we will write it 7 minus 1, which is 6. This is 6. Then we have 2 times 7 plus 3. That is 17. So this is 17. For the small triangle, we have x plus 1. So x plus 1 will become 7 plus 1, which is 8. And then you have x minus 2, which will be 7 minus 2, which is 5. To find the perimeter, you can use this formula, 2 times length plus width. So of the big triangle, it will be rectangle, it will be 2 times 6 plus 17 minus 2 times 5 plus 8. That will give us 20. So this is the difference between the perimeters of the two rectangles. In question 8, the price of a book increases from $2.5 to $2.65. Calculate the percentage increase. Whether you have percentage increase or decrease, the initial or the starting or the original price, put it down 2.50. On the top, you put the difference, the big number minus the small number, and times it by 100. We'll get 6%. Part B. Scott invests $500 for 7 years at a rate of 1.5% per year, simple interest. Calculate the value of his investment at the end of the 7 years. We will use this formula. Interest is equal to PRT over 100. P is your principal, R is your rate of interest, and T is time in years. So here P is 500, time in years is 7, and rate of interest is 1.5%. So interest is going to be 500 times 7 times 1.5 divided by 100. It will be 52.5. This is our interest. They don't want our interest. They want the value of his investment. When they say the value of the investment or the amount, we are going to add to his principal. His principal was 500. We will add 52.5. So this is the total amount that he's going to get at the end of 7 years. In a city, the population is increasing exponentially at a rate of 1.6% per year. Find the overall percentage increase at the end of 20 years. Whether it is increasing or decreasing, you need to know this formula. If it is increasing, it will be 1 plus r over 100 bracket to the power of n. R is the rate of interest and n is the number of years. If it is decreasing, we'll have a negative year. So we have an increasing, so we will use 1 plus r, which is 1.6 over 100 to the power of 20. And this will give us 1.37. So that's the overall percentage increase. Part D. The population of a village is 6,400 and it has been decreasing exponentially at a rate of r percentage per year. After 22 years, the population will be 2607. Find the value of r. In part D, the population of a village is 6,400 and it is decreasing exponentially at a rate of r percentage per year. After 22 years, the population will be 2607. Find the value of r. This formula we use when it is decreasing to find the percentage. But if the initial value is given and we want to find the final value, we use P1 minus r over 100 to the power of n is equal to your final outcome. Our starting is 6,400. 1 minus r we don't know, and n is 22. This will result in 2,607. So basically you have to make r the subject. To do that, we will first move the 6,000 to the other side. It will become 6,400. And then we will remove the power. So 1 minus r over 100 is equal to 2607 6400. When you move the power to the other side, it will become 1 over 22. We flip it over. And then whatever answer you get, you can, I'm not going to put it in the calculator now, I'll just shift it here. Because I want to make r the subject, my r has to be positive. So it's equal to r over 100. Put this in the calculator, this whole thing, or you can just multiply the answer by 100. So 100 times 1 minus 2607 over 6400, 1 over 22 is equal to your r. And you will get r is 4. So the rate of interest is 4%. Question number 9 is a function question. And in part A, we have to find gh of 2. So we work from inside out. First, we will find h of 2. So that will be 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. And then this 9 you will substitute in g in place of x. So 9 square plus 1, 82. F inverse x. So y is equal to 7x minus 2. We have to make x the subject. Y plus 2 is equal to 7x. This is a multiply. When you bring to the other side, it will be a divide. You have made x your subject. Now write f inverse x is equal to. Replace the y with x. So it's going to become x plus 2 over 7. In C, we have to find gg of gx, and we have to show that it is equal to the equation they gave us, and we have to find a, b, and c. So what is g of x? This is x squared plus 1. That is what we are going to put in. So you have g of x as x squared plus 1. And now replace this, because you want g of x. Replace the x with x squared plus 1. The square will be out. We have to expand this bracket. It's a very good idea that you learn this identity. A plus b square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So what is our a here? X square plus 1 square. X is your a, so it will become x to the power of 4 plus 2 multiplied by x square, and your b is 1. So 1 square is going to be 1. This, when you simplify, you will get x to the power of 4 plus 2x square plus 1 plus this one. So x to the power of 4 plus 2x square plus 2. You can see that your a is 1, b is 2, and c is 2. If you find this difficult to memorize, then we will just multiply normally and expand the bracket. So x square multiplied by x square, we add the powers, x to the power of 4. Then x square multiplied by 1 is x square, and 1 multiplied by x square, and 1 multiplied by 1, 1. So we will have x to the power of 4 plus 2x square plus 1. Find x when h f of x is equal to 81. So we will start with the inside. F of x is equal to 7x minus 2. In place of x in h of x, we will put 7x minus 2. So 3 to the power of 7x minus 2 is equal to 81. Change 81 to base 3. 3 to the power of 4 will be 81. The reason we do this is because the 3 will get cancelled, and now we have 7x minus 2 is equal to 4. 7x is equal to 4 plus 2, which is 6. Divide by 7 both the sides. X is equal to 6 over 7. So we are done with this question here. The volume of each of the following solid is 1000 cubic centimeter. Calculate the value of x for each solid. A cube with side length x centimeter. To find the volume of a cube, we will have to use side cube. Length times width times height. Because your length, width, and the height is going to be same, we can say s cube or x cube. Now this is equal to 1000 they have given us. We have to find x. When you want to move your exponent to the other side, we flip it over. So 1000 to the power of 1 over 3 is equal to x, and x is equal to 10 centimeters. In part B, a sphere with radius x centimeter. The volume of the sphere is given, and in part B we have to find a sphere with radius x centimeter. The volume's formula is given to us. Volume we already know is 1000 cubic centimeter. So we have to find the r, which is x. Replace that with x and make x the subject. Whenever you are moving to the other side, a number in the denominator, it will be a part of the numerator, and the numerator will be a part of the denominator. So 4 over 5 will become the denominator. It will go down, and this is x cube. To move the cube to the other side, we will write it as 3v 4 pi cube root of x. Now we'll just replace the volume that we have got, which is 1000, and divide it by 4 pi. The whole answer we will cube root. And the value of x you will get is 6.2 centimeters. Part C, we have been given a cone and the radius is x centimeter and the slant height is x square root 5. So this is the slant height, and the formula to find the volume is also given. But we have two unknowns here. We don't know what is r and we don't know what is h. This is our h here. This is a right angle. We have been given a cone and the radius is x centimeter and the slant height is x square root 5. The formula to find the volume of the cone is also given to us. We can see that there are two unknowns. We don't know what is r. We also don't know what is h. This here is a right angle triangle. When there is a right angle triangle and two sides have been given and you want to find the third side, we use the Pythagoras theorem, which is a square plus b square is equal to c square. C is your hypotenuse, the side which is opposite the right angle. So this is our C. H square plus x square is equal to x square root 5 square. X square, square root 5 square will give you 5. So you have 5x square. This x square, when we bring to the other side, it will become negative x square. So h square is equal to 4x square. We'll square root both the sides to remove the square. So you will get h is equal to 2x. Remember that 4 is also square rooted. So now we know that h is 2x. We'll replace in our equation all that we have got. 1/3 pi, r is x, so it's going to become x square, and h is 2x. So you have 1000 is equal to 1/3 pi times 2x to the power of 3. When we multiply variables, we add the powers. We have to make x the subject. So I'm going to move the 3 to the other side. It will become 3000. Whenever in the denominator you move to the other side, we put it in the numerator. So 3 multiplied by 1000, 3000. And we are going to divide by 2 pi. That will give us x cube. To find x, we will have to cube root this. So this will give us 7.815. So we can round it to one decimal place. 7.8 is equal to x centimeters. D, we have been given a prism with a right angle triangle as its cross section. To find the volume of a prism, we do area of cross section times the length or the height or the depth, whatever is given to us. So we have to first find this area. It's a right angle triangle, so it is half times base times height. What is our base? X, and our height is x over 2. This will give us x square over 4. So this is what we found. So 1000 is equal to x square over 4 times the length, which is 27x over 2. When we multiply the variables, we add the powers. So x square will become x cube, and 27 is still there, and 4 multiplied by 2, 8. Now to make x the subject, we'll do 1000 multiplied by 8 divided by 27. And the whole answer, we will cube root it. We'll get 6.666. So we'll round it, it will become 6.67. We'll get 6.666. So when we round it, it will become 6.67 centimeters is equal to x. And we got 6.666. We'll round it to 2 decimal place. 6.67 centimeters is equal to x. Okay, so this question looks like a speed, distance, time question. Brett traveled from his home in New York to Chamonix. He left his home at 16:30 and traveled by taxi. The journey took 25 minutes and an average speed of 18 km per hour. We have been given the time and the speed. So let's find the distance. Distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Speed is 18 km per hour and you have 55 minutes. Because it is per hour, we have to change it to hour. So we will divide the minutes by 60 and we'll get 16.5. So the first part of the question is over. The second one. He then traveled by plane to Geneva, departing from New York at 22:15, and the flight path can be taken as an arc of a circle of radius to 6,400 km with a sector angle of 55.5. The local time in Geneva is 6 hours ahead of the local time in New York. Brad arrived in Geneva at 11:25 the next day. Let's draw a diagram of his journey. They said it's an arc length. So he starts here and he reaches here. That's his distance. This is the distance. The angle is 55.5 and the radius is 6,400 kilometers. To find the arc length, we use this formula. Theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. Remember, if it is area, instead of 2 pi r, we will put pi r square. Our theta is the angle that we got, which is 55.5 over 360 multiplied by 2 pi and the radius, which is 6,400. And this will give us 6,199.41 kilometers. We can round it to 6,200 kilometers. So the second part is also done. Till now we have found two distances. Let's read the next part of the question. To complete the journey, he traveled by bus from Geneva to Chamonix and the journey started at 1300 and it took 1 hour 36 minutes. The speed was 65 km per hour and the local time is the same as the local time in Geneva. Again, the speed and the time is given. We have to find the distance. So distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. We have the speed as 65 and time as 1 hour 36 minutes. To change the 36 minutes into hours, we'll divide it by 60 and we will get 0.6 hours. So our time is going to be 1.6 and this will give us 104 kilometers. And the final part of the question, find the overall average speed of Brett's journey from his home in New York to Chamonix. So from here to here, what was the speed? Show all your working and give your answer in kilometer per hour. We have been given we need to find speed. To find speed, we'll do distance over time taken. Total distance from now is 16.5. 6,200 and 104 kilometers. So let's add them together. Plus 6,200 plus 104. Let's see what we get. 6,320 kilometers. Now to find the time, we have to look when he left his home. That was at 16:30, and then he took 1 hour 36 minutes to reach his final destination. So we'll work out the time now. He left his home at 16:30 and he reached Chamonix 1 hour 36 minutes after 1300. It means he reached at 1436. But Geneva is 6 hours ahead of New York and it has the same time as Chamonix. So from here we are going to subtract 6 hours. When we subtract the 6 hours, our time is 8:36. This is AM. Now we need to find the time from here to here. We'll break up the time into different parts. So we will start at 16:30 and then we'll do the next hour, which is going to be 17, and then we will round it up to 24 at midnight, 8 in the morning, and 8:36. So how many minutes and hours are between these parts? After 30 minutes, it's going to be 17. Then the hours between 17 and 24 are 7 hours. Between 24 in the night, midnight, to morning 8, we have 8 hours, and here we have 36 minutes. When you add this, you will get 15 hours and 36 plus 30 minutes. In 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. So from here, we can take 1 hour. It will become 15 hours plus 1 hour, and there will be remaining 6 minutes. So 15 hour plus 1 hour, 16 hours and 6 minutes. Now we have to change this into hours. So we will divide the minutes by 60. We will get 16.1 hour. To find the speed now, we will divide the distance which we found here, 6,320, and divide it by 16.1. So 392.5 kilometer per hour. You can round it to 393 kilometer per hour. Brings us to the end of this paper. I hope that I have been able to help you. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like and share it with your friends. Hit the notification button because I keep uploading new videos every 2 or 3 days. Thank you for watching.